Let's first start with, Cenk and Anna's ridiculous, baseless attacks on Aaron Maté about his work on Syria and more specifically on the gas attacks. So I have a little serious part about that I want to get to, but I first want to go over the cringe moments. So the first most cringe part about it, which seems to what set up this whole little mini feud here, was this tweet by Cenk that which he has gotten completely roasted for and destroyed. So I'll be flashing this on the screen. I'm sure people have seen this on the Dore show about his analysis of the Israel-Palestinian conflict and saying how it's all about just religion. Then he tries to backpedal a little bit.
To be fair,
Yeah,
he
go ahead.
doesn't say. He emphasizes the religious aspect of the uh, conflict, when I think a lot of people would agree at this point it's like, especially like, I mean it, yeah, he doesn't say it's just that, but the way he puts
The way he puts the tweet together and only focusing on that. So then
definitely
later,
read for yourself, but yeah.
yeah. So then later on, he does try to backpedal, like if you think religion is the only reason and all that. But absolutely just, very, very, very like disappointing level of analysis that coming out of him. I think he himself pointed out how he got into a debate with Sam Harris over this kind of issue. But I don't know, maybe Cenk the past few years, he's had some maybe.
Interesting that even Hassan Piker, his nephew, was sort of apparently not happy with
Yeah.
his response. But yeah, to be fair, it's not the stupid, like it wasn't the stupidest tweet, but from somebody who's on the left and who's
It was
had
pretty
this
stupid.
background. Yeah, yeah. But then the thing was, the response Aaron Mata, I think, was, as he said, I think his response, and I think that was the feeling I got, was a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
His response was that, my God told me this is the stupidest tweet.
Yeah.
Or And that was okay, whatever. I think it didn't, the response was quite something.
Yeah.
From Cenk and Anna, that in a video, I think you play the video.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to say.
They said Aaron Maté yelled at me. And so
Aaron Maté lied. Aaron Maté. Everyone cares what Aaron Maté has to say, right?
Okay.
The guy who denies that Syrian children were killed with chemical attacks. Yeah.
And
Fuck
gets
Aaron
paid by
Maté.
the-
Yeah, fuck you.
Gets
Anyway,
paid
let's
by the
move on.
Russians.
Let's end the freaking pod. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just have a small recommendation here. Shir Hever, which I used to love watching. He used to always go on the Real News. He's an Israeli, scholar and also journalist. And he just came on the RJ Esco, or the Hour with RJ Esco, on that show. So it's really good. I'll point down below. And he has this one part where he exactly says, saying that this is a religious war and all this.
It's very important for me to say at this point that we should not be dragged into a discussion, as much as a theological discussion is fascinating for me, but we should not fall into the misconception as if this is a religious conflict. It's not a war between Judaism and Islam. This is a conflict about territory, about domination and control, and the Palestinians are demanding equality and freedom within the territory where they live and have lived for centuries. And the situation is a situation of apartheid. And apartheid means a very deep injustice based on ethnic identity, not based on religion.
Misses completely the point, and he elaborates why. So I really recommend for people to go check that out. But yeah, anyway, Israel-Palestine kind of creeped into this, but it's not the real main issue. So the main issue is that, the other cringe part before we get to the main issue is the way that Anna was just about to implode from that. I've never seen her this mad. Maybe she got this mad when Dore got under her skin. But damn, she was pissed off, and the way she flicked them off, showed her middle finger, and then she's like, "Oh, Aaron Maté said that. Who cares who Aaron Maté is?" Well, there's many people who pretty much care who you are. I don't understand what you're saying with that.
I don't know, but I think I think her anger was sort of it felt like one of those angers that comes from I feel like these people are posers and stuff type thing, and they're fooling you. You are too stupid to realize that
Yeah.
He's a poser, which I don't think he is. And I'm surprised that, to be I mean, they did. I think they were smart enough not to release that part of,
Yeah.
like, that video hasn't popped out in their own. It was part behind a paywall type thing. It was for members only. Video that went viral through some other
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Someone probably sent it to Jimmy Dore and then.
Someone at first I think other channel,
Oh, okay.
Jamarl Thomas, if I'm pronouncing that right. I think first those YouTube channels shared it, but then anyway, yeah, I think they, because I haven't, I don't know, I tried a bit of a googling. I haven't found any evidence of Aaron Maté being paid by dictators or.
Yeah. I mean, all that is ridiculous. So anyway, but before that, just one more thing about it. You also saw Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, how he
Okay.
reacted to all this. I thought that was a bit too much.
Yes, I think he got very personal in his
Yeah.
attack. But yeah, it was funny though. But Katie Halper and
Yeah.
Lindsay, I forget his second name. I think Lindsay. Oh, shit. Anyway, well, they had him on the Katie Halper show, and yeah, his response was great. But it was a very gut response. So I
So yeah.
suppose I understand. Yeah, you're right. I think he went a bit too personal. But yeah.
But but oh well. But okay, this is what I meant by the more serious note, because Anna does say that she accuses, besides Aaron Maté working for Assad and Putin at the same time, or whatever it was that she was saying, she says that he's okay with Assad killing children with, gas
I think,
attacks and all
well,
this.
that's they're referring to the whole gas
Yeah.
attacks that they
So
are saying Syria didn't do, and I think TYT is still of the position that the Syrian government did that.
So I want to explain Aaron Mathe's reporting, just very basic, and then I'll point out to where you can go learn about some more. So his reporting is based on the fact that, okay, so the OPCW, the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, they were assigned to go in Syria and figure out if these attacks happened, and not to lay blame of who did it, somebody else does that. But it's come out based on reports that have been leaked and whistleblowers from OPCW and also a lot of other people. For instance, Aaron Maté has a 30-minute video with Theodore Postol, who is a professor emeritus at MIT. So this is really the video that you should go check out, which pretty much says that the gas attack in Duma, that one in particular and other ones, appear to be completely staged, not having happened, and these are the ones that the United States was using as an excuse, or like people within the United States as an excuse to attack Syria. So he's not saying that Assad never killed children, or perhaps some of the gas attacks were by him and by his government, but is saying that in the reports, whistleblowers have come out, reports have been leaked that in fact a lot of these investigations had issues, and they did not put out really what some of the investigators found out, but put out the other ones that go with the US narrative. So just a little bit of an explanation what's going on here. Go ahead,
That
Sam.
that that's the latest in their long running reporting this issue, which I think from beginning them, and I think a really prestigious journalist, if I'm not mistaken, Robert Fisk, like, was also like they from very beginning they were on the side that there is little evidence that there was a chemical attack, and if there was a chemical attack, there is little evidence that the Syrian government did it, or anybody, like there was little evidence whoever did it. So yeah, I think I don't know which part specifically, but I would think, I don't know, but I would think Anna is probably hasn't even, like, they probably like read the original reporting, which was everywhere on mainstream media about Syrian government doing it,
Like
and they
6 years
never,
ago.
yeah, exactly, and they never really followed up on the
Yeah.
details and stuff. So I would imagine that's why they probably think he's wrong on that.
Jeez, but I mean, a lot of people who they know and stuff don't think that. So if they really think that Aaron Mate has this kind of position, maybe there are some other people who are associated with
Well,
with them
that,
who
that
who they should
that's
also start attacking.
I mean, I'm not on Twitter a lot, but that's what I found interesting.
Yeah.
That you have a significant, I think, amount of overlap with the audience of people who watch or read Aaron Maté and TYT and Cenk and all
Of
that.
course.
And just as a fun, I went and I checked the Twitter accounts of Cenk and Anna, and then John Idarola, if I'm not mispronouncing that.
Ladarola. I mean, at least that's how you spell his name. I'm not too sure how you
No,
pronounce it.
that's I. That's a I.
Oh.
Idarola. I'm sure that's I, the
Okay.
beginning.
My
But
bad.
anyway, but it was just really interesting that anything they would tweet, I was looking at anything they would tweet about something. Like,
Yeah.
I forget what did, I forget what Anna tweeted. But anyway, anything they would tweet, the just responses would be just about, oh, are you done smearing Aaron Maté? Oh, you should blah, 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 blah. You should stop, blah, blah. You're MSNBC, blah, blah, blah. So it seemed like, there was not a good reception to their.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most people agree with them. The funniest one for me was the John one, which he just put a tweet a couple of hours ago that I'm tired of all this grift. I think referring to grifters and stuff online and all that. And then I love the fact that everybody was pretty much, a lot of people were negative, saying, oh, you worked for TYT, which is like MSNBC. And I saw, but a lot of people just put this question that, oh, so you're leaving TYT? Are you leaving TYT? So when are you leaving TYT? Are you quitting TYT? Just a lot of people just put that. So that was, quite interesting, fun. But yeah, the reception of their take was not good at all.
Not at all. And I mean, Jesus, I mean, kind of feel bad for Anna. I mean, she was so bothered by Aaron Maté. I mean, the way it seems like from that clip, the way he's got under her skin without doing anything. And
by the way, since then, her clip of interviewing Madeleine Albright, who famously admitted that the U.S. sanction led to death of Iraqi children. I don't blame Anna Kasparian too much for that, but I mean, to be fair, she doesn't. It's not a great interview either.
Yeah.
But anyway, so,
Jimmy Dore pulls that every time. Like, Anna has something ridiculous. That's like his go-to first thing that. That he points out.
Yeah.
But I think. Go ahead.
No, I found it weird that even Aaron Maté was one of the calmest, most gentlest people out there. He was even tweeting that, like, sources defending himself and defending his funding and all that.
No, I mean, it was ridiculous accusations. But I guess the real underlying issue is still Russiagate, right? I think, like, that's what has made TYT kind of have these differences with these people and kind of, really just, like, put themselves in a really bad corner right now that only they can come out by just admitting that, okay, we just blew this whole thing out of proportion, we made a mistake, and we want to start fresh. And people will forget about it. I feel like that's kind of holding them back. I'm guessing that's the real thing that made them pissed off this much, although it hasn't come out.
I think I agree. It's Russiagate and Trump, combination of two. I think, I agree.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's move on to the next story. But just before that, if there are any AFTV or Arsenal fan out there, I'm sure you've already spotted that AFTV has kind of made it on the Jimmy Dore show.
Aaron Maté says, my God tells me that this is the worst tweet of all time.
He's done it again! He's done it again! That is a foul! You fucking little bastard! He's done it again! You dirty bastard! You've done it again!
Pretty much that white bald guy who goes crazy. That Jimmy Dore plays the clip. He's watching an Arsenal game and they give away the ball or they concede and he flips out, and it's just that channel is filled with these kind of reactions. They're hilarious. But okay, neither here nor there. Sam, so you saw, right? I'm sure everybody has, that Crystal Ball and Sagar are moving to... Sorry, and saw They also have a video where they talk heard and saw that Crystal Ball and Sagar have, left Rising and they're going to start their own show, which I have no doubt will be 1,000,000 times better. I have a kind of petty main point takeaway. So before I get into mine, do you have...